Hi students, welcome back to class. Let's continue Mrchchhakatika. So today I am going to conclude Mrchchhakatika. So we are going to the last part of Mrchchhakatika, that is Act 10. So let's see what happens to Charudutta. According to the previous act, we know that Charudutta is going to be killed. So death sentence is given to him. So he will be executed. So here we can find executioners coming and then trying to execute Charudutta. So before that, some events will happen. So that is what we have to see in this act. Let's come to the climax. So the scene is a street. This Charudutta enters and we can see two executioners. Charudutta and two executioners are seen on the stage. So executioners are asked to announce the crime and death sentence of Charudutta. So they have to go through streets and people in Ujjain should know about the crime of Charudutta and that should be announced. So they should learn from the announcement that if they do anything of this kind, any serious crime, they will also get the same kind of punishment. So that is what we see. Charudutta and the two executioners are seen. So Charudutta is taken from one street to another. Charudutta is all alone. We don't see his friends or his relatives near him. So two executioners can be seen. And here again Charudutta thinks about the omens he sees. So he thinks about the raven, then red oleanders, flowers of death. So all those things are again coming back to his mind and he thinks of all these omens. So he is fully in despair and he now thinks that he does not have anybody, nobody is there with him. So a kind of desperate situation we can find in this particular act. And we, later, as he is taken from one place to another, we can hear the other persons coming. That is, we can see Rohasena and Maitreya coming, and both of them start weeping when they see Charudutta. And they say that they are ready to die. They don't want Charudutta to be killed. So even the son also does not want his father to be killed. And here we can see Charudutta is very much desperate and he calls his son and he just looks tenderly at his son and he thinks that he cannot give anything to his son. What will happen to his son? So here he says that he can't give pearls or gold, but he gives the sacred thread to his son Rohasena. So he asks the executioners where his father is taken. So he executioner, the boy says to take him. So first executioner thinks that what a brave boy is this, because he is ready to die for his father. He does not want his father to be killed. So such an act of bravery can be seen even in this boy. So anyway, Maitreya is also ready to take the punishment of Charudutta. So even Maitreya says he is ready to take the punishment and let his friend go. So here also nothing is possible because the death sentence is given to Charudutta and Charudutta only has to bear the death sentence. So we can see the crying and the pain of both the friend and son of Charudutta. Then as he is taken from one place to another, he is asked to walk from one street to another. He comes to the street where the palace is there and there is a jail. So from the jail, Tavaraka, the driver of Sansthanaka's carriage, hears the death sentence. So he just looks through the window, and when he looks through the window, he sees a crowd and he is surprised to see the crowd over there, and he hears the death sentence and he understands that Charudutta is going to be punished for the murder of Vasantasena. And he does not want that to happen because he knows what has happened to Vasantasena and who has killed Vasantasena. He knows very well. He is a slave now. So if he supports this crime, he thinks that he will be born as a slave in the next birth also. So he thinks that he has to help Charadatta in the best possible way he can. So how can he do that? He just looks up and he sees a window, and this window is not barred. So he sees this unbarred window because this window is almost at the top of the wall. So that's why it's not barred. So he just finds out whether he can get out through the unbarred window. So it is possible for him. So he just jumps out of the unbarred window, and he has a fear in his mind what will happen to him if he jumps out of this window, whether he will die or not. And he thinks if he dies, let him die. But he does not want Charadatta to be punished. If it is possible for him to save Charadatta, he will try his level best. So he just comes out of the window, jumps out of the window, and to surprise of the people around, he is very safe. Nothing has happened to him. There is no injury at all. So to the people around and to the executioners, he reveals the truth that it is Sansthanika who has killed Vasandasena, and Charadatta is innocent. He has nothing to do with it, and he has seen Sansthanika doing that. And Sansthanika has even tried to punish him. Sansthanika has tried to bribe him. So all those things he tells. So for a moment, these things seem to be convincing to the people. Even the executioners also think that Charadatta has not done anything, so Charadatta should be released. But again, they have to take the case back to the king. Then only they can do anything. So at this time, Sansthanika, after having his food, thinking about the food items he has eaten, he just looks out through the window. And when he looks out through the window, he sees people around Charadatta, and he sees Stavarika also. And he all of a sudden he just understands that Stavarika is dangerous there. So if anybody sees Stavarika, he will reveal the truth, and he is actually will be creating the problems. So he does not want that to happen. So immediately he rushes to the spot, and he just pushes the gold bracelet in his hand. So at that time, Savarga says that the Sansthanika has put the gold bracelet in his hands and he's trying to bribe, and he does not want the truth to be revealed. So Sansthanika again changes the things in the other direction. He says that he is caught red-handed for the crime of theft, and he has actually has stolen the gold bracelets. Now, Stavrika is the guilty person. So that is how Sansthanika portrays him. So people have a doubt for a moment, then again he says that Savarika is beaten, he is whipped for his crime, and he just tells Savarika to show the mark. So he tells Savarika to turn his back, and on his back the marks of the whipping can be seen. So when the marks of the whipping are seen, people think that what Sansthanika tells is true only. So they dismiss the thought that Sansthanika is the one who has committed the murder. So again they come back to the thought that Charadatta is the one who has committed the murder. So here Savarika tries his best to save Charadatta, but even then he does not escape. So people and executioners, they do not believe Savarika's words. When that happens, even Savarika himself thinks that when the people will not listen to the words of slave. So nobody pays attention to the words of slave. That is what he thinks. So Charadatta grieves about his fate. Savarika says that he has tried his level best to save Charadatta, but even that has not also worked out. So Charadatta says that it's fate only, the doings of fate. Nothing can be done. He tells Stavarika not to worry, and he thanks Stavarika for the help he has rendered. So Rohasena is there even at that time also. Rohasena again tells the executioners to kill him instead of killing his father. So Sansthanika, who sees this, gets irritated with Rohasena's words, and he tells the executioners to kill both the father and the son. The executioners say that they cannot do that because they are told only to kill the murderer of Vasandasena. So they cannot kill the son. Somehow they delay in executing Charadatta because they think that even at the last minute also there may be some or the other kind of surprise, something may happen. Even at the last minute also there will be some other orders. So they do not want this to be quickened. So in a way, they delay the punishment. So Sansthanika wants it to be done speedily, but that does not happen at all. So they are about to kill Charudatta. Even there is a point in which even the executioner just tries to take that knife and he tries to cut it. So even at that time also he's not able to do it. So it is at this time we can see Vasantasena coming to the ground, and Vasantasena comes to this area. They are taken to the burial ground. So she comes to this area because she is recovered from her illness and she is coming. And monk is escorting Vasantasena. So as she comes, she just tells monk to take her soon to the house of Charudatta. That is what she wants to. That is where she wants to go. So here, monk hears the announcement of death sentence. When monk hears the announcement of death sentence, monk understands that Charudatta is going to be killed. So he tells this to Vasantasena. Now they hurry up. So both of them hurry up. They make way through the crowd and they come to the spot where Charudatta is standing and waiting for execution. So to the surprise of the people around and to the executioners, Vasantasena is there. She is seen by all. Even Sansthanika is shocked. Sansthanika looks at Vasantasena and he thinks whether this Vasantasena is a ghost. But Vasantasena is not a ghost. The real Vasantasena, the true Vasantasena is there. At this time, even the executioners think that they are given the order to kill the murderer of Vasantasena. So if that is the case, Sansthanika should be killed. So they even think of killing Sansthanika. Even the people around also think that Sansthanika should be killed. But at this time, monk tells who he is. Monk tells that he was the ex-master of Charudatta and he was saved by Vasantasena and he has got a chance to help Vasantasena in turn. So at this moment, Sharbilika also comes. There is a dramatic arrival of Sharbilika, and Sharbilika comes with the news that Palaka is killed. And Arika is the next ruler. So when Arika is the next ruler and Palaka is killed, things have changed completely. Sharbilika reveals that he was the thief who stole the jewels. So he tells this to Charudatta and he even begs the mercy of Charudatta, and he was the one who stole the jewels of Vasantasena, and he was the one who tried to assist Arika in becoming the next ruler. So Charudatta is happy with the turn of events. So Charudatta understands that Arika is the next ruler and he has tried to save Arika. And we have to remember that Arika is very grateful to Charudatta for the timely help. We cannot forget what Charudatta has done to him. He is ready to pay back the help in the best possible way. And he knows about the death sentence given to Charudatta and it is time for him to take action. So I've already told you there is a point in which even the executioners, Ahinta and Goha, their names are Ahinta and Goha. These executioners try to kill Charudatta. They even take the sword to cut the head of Charudatta, but at that time there is a shivering and the sword falls down. They are not able to carry it out. So somehow they are not able to do it further. So at this time only they see Vasantasena and things have changed completely. So Arika wants to show the gratitude for the help Charudatta has offered him. So Arika now bestows on Charudatta the kingdom of Kushavati. We don't see Arika at this scene. At this place we don't see Arika, but we see Arika sending his friend Sharvilika to impart the news, to give the news to the people concerned. So Sharvilika is the one who tells the news that Charudatta is offered the kingdom of Kushavati on the banks of the river Bena. Okay, that is also mentioned there. And Vasantasena is given the title of Lady of the Court. She is conferred on the title the Lady of the Court. And he asks whether monk wants any position. Monk says that he does not want anything because to him everything is illusion. He has renounced all pleasures and he is now in the path of the Buddha. Okay, he is now in the path of Buddha and he does not want anything in his life. So, since he has not asked for anything, Charvalika thinks that he should be given the position of the head of the all the monasteries in the kingdom. So, that should be given to him only. So, he is now appointed as the head of all Buddhist monasteries in the kingdom. And Stavaraka has tried to help Charulata in the best possible way. Stavaraka, who has been a slave for many years, wants freedom. That is the only desire he has now. So Stavaraka is granted freedom. So he can be a free man. He can go wherever he wants. So that freedom is granted to Stavaraka without paying any amount to the master of the slave. And the executioners, who also have the conscience and who have been trying to work in a conscientious way, they are also promoted and they will be the chiefs of the profession of executing criminals. So they are the chiefs in the job. Sansanaka cannot be allowed to go away without any kind of punishment. So people around, they tie him and they bring him to Charitatta. So Sansanaka is very clever and he knows that Charitatta is a virtuous man. If he begs the mercy of Charitatta, Charitatta will be ready to give mercy, and he knows Charitatta's heart very well. So he starts begging at the feet of Charitatta and he asks for mercy. So, like a true virtuous man, Charitatta is not ready to punish Sansarga, and he says that he can go without punishment. People are ready to even to flay his skin and to kill him, to do any kind of punishment, to give any kind of punishment for the crime he has done. But here we don't see Charadatta allowing the people to give any kind of punishment. Instead, Charadatta tells that he can go without being punished. So he is allowed to go without punishment. So one thing you have to remember is that when Palaka is killed, Sansanaka's position is gone. Sansanaka can no longer enjoy the privileges and power of the brother-in-law of king. So that is gone completely. He is an ordinary man who has to live by his labor and looks. Okay, so there is no other way for him to live. So the only thing is that he is not punished. He is not given death sentence or he is not given any cruel punishment. He is allowed to go freely without any punishment. Charadatta is happy with the turn of events, and Charadatta says that Vasantasena will be the second wife of Charadatta. So Vasantasena is conferred on the title, and we can see actually a romantic embrace of Charadatta and Vasantasena, because after some time only, Vasantasena meets Charadatta, and Charadatta is very happy to see his beloved. So that romantic gesture is also, romantic expression is also there in the play. So that also we can see. And then Vasantasena will be the second wife of Charadatta. Charvalika just confirms that everybody is given the reward for whatever he or she has done. So that will be the reward, okay, to all the persons. So all good persons are rewarded. That is what we find in the play. So in a way, the play just gives an ending with the message that virtue will triumph over vice. All virtuous people will be rewarded. All wicked people will be punished. But here we don't see the wicked man Sansanaka being punished. Instead, we see him allowed to go freely. But the only thing is that he will be losing all his privileges and positions. But Palaka is again killed. Palaka, for his inefficient rule and for his anarchical rule, is punished. So that is what we find. And we remember that Palaka is the one who imprisons Ariga just because of his fear of the prophecy. Though Ariga has not done anything wrong, he has punished Ariga just to ensure that he will be the king for the next years also. So anyway, Palaka, who has not ruled the kingdom in a fair way, is also punished. So with that, we can see the play ending happily. Okay, so the play ends in a happy way. In the course of the play, we think that the play is going to be a very tragic play, it will be a tragedy, but all of a sudden we can see the change of events. turn of events can be seen here. So the play ends happily. So that is what we see in the act. So in here we can see melodramatic scenes. Okay, that means weeping and wailing of the son Rohasena and Maitreya can be seen. So they are ready to die for their for Charadatta. Son is ready to die for his father, and friend is ready to die for his friend Charadatta. So that can be seen here. And Charadatta is heartbroken, and he thinks that he can't do anything, and he feels sorry for his son and his wife. What will his son and wife do? How will they live? All those things he thinks, and he tells his friend Maitreya to take care of his son and wife. So that is what we see here, and we can see a sudden shift from tragedy to comedy, because we have been made to think that it is going to be a tragedy. That is, audience are made to think that it is going to be tragedy, but again there is a change from tragedy to comedy. And all the climactic situations, the climax, okay, that we can find in the act, because in at the end of the tip of the sword, okay, at that time only redemption comes to Charadatta. At that time only the savior comes, the savior in the form of Vasantasena comes, and here Charadatta is saved. So Charadatta is saved from death sentence, and after that he is given the kingdom of Kushavati. That means the poor man becomes rich all of a sudden. So that is what we can find here. And in this act we can see the interconnection of the main plot and the political subplot, because this main plot has to be successful. That is, if Charadatta's and Vasantasena's love affair has to be successful, there should be a political change. So the ruler should change. The ruler has changed, that is Aryaka. So by the help of Aryaka, the death sentence of Charadatta is cancelled, and Charadatta is given wealth, and he is given power by conferring on the kingdom of Kushavati. So in that way, he is made a powerful person. And then even Vasantasena is also given an honorable position, something that is not given to courtesans. That also we can find here. So the main plot gets a success with the political subplot. When Arika becomes a ruler, when Palaka is killed, things change. Things change, and things change for good. And we can again see Sharvilika in the romantic subplot is instrumental in the political revolution. It is Sharvilika, the lover of Madhanika, the thief who comes to the house of Charudatta, who helps Arika in becoming the next ruler. And he is the one who kills Palaka. So he has an active role in bringing the political revolution in the drama. So here the main character in the romantic subplot has a very strong impact on the events in the political subplot. So we can see the interconnection of all the three plots. One plot is not independent from the other. So all the three plots are interconnected. So when all the three plots are interconnected, then only we can see the success of the main plot. So the drama is unfolded in such a way that all the three plots, that is the main plot and the two subplots, are interconnected. They are knitted together in a very seamless way. All the characters outside the family who have played various roles in the life of Charita are brought to the stage. So at the end of Act 10, we can see all the major characters who have contributed to the life of Charita, who have influenced the life of Charita in good or bad way, they have come to the stage. So they all are asking forgiveness of Charita, and they all try to help Charita in the best possible way. So here we see Sharvilika coming, the monk revealing his identity, and again how these two have helped Charita also can be seen. And all of a sudden, Arika becoming the ruler, and Arika showing gratitude to Charita. That is what we see here. So here we can see all good people, that is all people who love virtues, who respect virtues, they are rewarded, and bad people are punished. I've already told you, Sanstanaka is allowed to go free, Okay, he is allowed to go freely without any kind of punishment, but he will be losing all the privileges and positions as his brother-in-law is killed. So, brother-in-law, that is the king, Palaga, brother-in-law Sanstanaga, that is the king Palaga is killed. So, in that way, we can see bad people getting punished. So, with that, the drama is over. So, I hope you understood the story of Mrchchhakatika very well. So in the next class, I'll try to give analysis of Mrchchhakatika, the important questions and how we are going to approach all those things. So all those things will be discussed in the next class. So all of you students, stay safe at your home. Take all the necessary precautions. Take care. Bye.